Hey everybody, it's Joseph from Lenny's Pizza. And boy, do I got a story for you. So I'm noticing that on every Tuesday, there's this one guy who looks like a serial killer. He comes in with his tote bags, and he steals all the forks. And I'm noticing because while he steals the forks, I'm making pizzas, and I'm watching him. Last Tuesday, I was in a good mood. So I was like, you know what, he's just stealing a couple of forks. Took 3. Then when he finished his pizza, he took another 3. So they weren't just a couple. But you know, I was in a good mood. Now yesterday, I felt like I had like a 50-pound dog sitting on my forehead. I just had one of those headaches that just didn't want to go away. And when it comes to confrontation with some people, you got to proceed with caution because you don't know what's going to happen. The last time I had an issue with the grated cheese, yes, I'm turning into my father, okay? The last time I had an issue with the lady and her kid playing with the grated cheese, we got into this big argument, you know what I mean? I just didn't have it in me yesterday. So yesterday I'm making my pizza, and I'm watching him because I see him with his tote bags, and I see him grabbing his slice. Even before he grabs his slice, he goes and he just does one of these. Sticks it in his pocket. And he's watching me from the side of his, his peripheral vision. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, I'm trying to wait for him to, like, stare at me so I could stare him down. Like, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. But he ain't staring at me. So I keep doing this. Now he's waiting for his pizza, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to, like, take care of this. Because I'm like, you know what, Joe, you got to take care of this. Nobody's going to take advantage of you and your forks. So he goes to sit down, and I'm like, listen, this guy's a vegetarian. I could tell by his tote bags he's a vegetarian. I was cooking about 30 pounds of bacon. I said, just go grease up the rest of the forks, and he'll know never to do this again. You know what I mean? He'll never do it again. So now I got my gloves on. They're full of bacon grease, and I'm walking over to where the forks are, and there's no more forks. So now I can't grease up the bacon. And I'm like, Joe, this is ridiculous. You're going to grease up all the bacon, forks with bacon, and then you're going to throw them out anyway. You may as well give it to this guy. But you know what? At the end of the day, you don't want anybody to take advantage of you, right? So these are the conversations you're having in your head. And then I know the rest of you Mother Marys, you're like, well, maybe he needs the forks and he can't afford them and blah, 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 blah. Well, what about everybody who comes in here and grabs one slice of pizza and grabs enough napkins to wipe their whole family's ass? What is it with that? So now I'm like, what should I do? There's no more forks. I can't go and throw all this bacon grease on these forks so he knows never to do this again. I figured I'd ask you guys. I think next Tuesday I'm going to make sure there's no forks around and see what happens. But I figured I'd ask you guys what you think about my ridiculous situation. And yeah, I'm turning into my father. These are the things that when I was a kid, I'm like, why are all the shakers chained up? And my father would be like, they take everything. They take everything. Puro toilet paper, si pigino tutte cose. My father say, they even taking the toilet paper home. What would you do? I'll talk to you soon.